regular people out there, I must tell everybody and inform them that we lost a part of our hard drive. Well, actually, the whole hard drive fried on me, and so that what that means is the sole as sole proprietor of Empty Rant property, it all went down in the hard drive, and so we don't have the intro lined up. We did have a disclaimer apparently recorded, but Jeremy didn't send both files, so I can't play that one. But maybe if he exports it as a media, we can get that. But we have a full disclaimer as we go. You know, we should pull up that intro that. How do you wanna do this, man?
The intro
My
from the
butt
email?
hurts. My butt hurts,
You
man.
want to find the intro from the email?
Shit, I've been sitting too much. These chairs, man, they need padding or something.
Actually, I could just find
I need some
it.
padding on these chairs because my butt's wet now. Hang on. I'm gonna go clean this.
Oh, okay.
It's a mess.
Gee, alright.
Check that out.
Okay.
All right. Play me an intro, bro. Give me some music.
Uh-oh.
Give me some beat music. Let's bring this shit in.
I mean, you don't want to find the.
People can join when they join. If you can find it, I'll read it off your phone. I don't know. Chelsea's here, but Jeremy's going in and out. That's what she said. Boom.
Yeah.
You see what I did there? You see what I did there, dog? You see what I did there? And now I will recite what we call a guide to philosophy in 6 hours and 15 minutes. First lesson, Kant, 1724 to 1804.
What'd you call me?
Beginning of modern thought. One could also say that this is Descartes, beginning of the 17th century. Descartes, a single important idea, absolute doubt. Here rationalism begins, subject everything to absolute thought until the moment when reason forces us to accept an idea. I tweeted this earlier, and I just wanted you to provide insight on that. Have you found our intro? Damn it.
What are you talking about?
Hey,
Hey.
who's this?
What you talking about, Willis?
Yo, what's up, bro? So,
Uncle Jesse.
which this pertains to you too, Jesse, because I lost the data for the intro to last page and empty rant. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
So you're fired, or?
It was the hard drive stopped working. I'm gonna fool around with it some more. Maybe I can get it to work. But I mean, my wedding pictures are on there too. So I blame the hard drive, man. I mean, I had a bunch of stuff on there too, but you know how it goes. They don't make hard drives like they used to.
Well, back in 1979, I got real depressed when my alcohol album just got one lousy Grammy
Okay.
nomination.
Thank you, Michael. That's
like.
jackass. Get out of here, man.
What's that, Tony?
Come over. So we're looking for the intro that Randall wrote up, and honestly, I don't know where Randall is right now. What's that guy doing?
So like our little individual little intros, like our names are gone and everything.
Yeah, way. Yeah.
So we're gonna record those again now, or what?
We can record that again later. I don't know. Right now we're jumping into this. Right now what you're waiting for is for Tony's looking for something, but I don't think he can find it. I'm gonna try and look it up. Remember that intro that Jesse wrote for us? I mean, Randall wrote for us. I'm drinking.
Oh, I meant the intro I created in Audacity in the email.
Oh, dude, you should just told me that.
Yeah,
I got that. Hang
That's
on.
what I did. 'Cause I just
1 second, ladies.
search for it.
Can you get some music on the backup?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
And this is Tony's. Wait, what did Oh. All right, here we go.
Welcome to the Empty Rant with Tony.
Let's
excited. I'm ready to go.
Random.
Hey, what did I do? Oh, I might do.
Jesse.
I've long been accused of being like Chester Bennington.
Miguel.
Little bit of chicken fry. You know what? I just realized that's before Jeremy came on. So, Jeremy, our apologies. we lost the other intro, but we'll try and maybe make one with that. Tony, where's my Star Wars music? Bring me in, dog. He's been working all day with this. Nice. And welcome to episode 28 of Empty Rants, where Tony finds himself. It's a pretty epic episode. We've been in it for 28 weeks. That's what, 7 months? Jeez, 7 months, man. If
7
we
months. Wow.
had,
Applied ourselves?
well, like,
Uh,
oh yeah, well yeah, that too.
invest
Conceived
in-
a baby at the beginning of this. I mean, we'd be 2 months away from having a little podcast baby between you and I.
Yeah, and you
Little
made
bastard.
it. I mean,
Yeah,
the birth.
we actually went and checked out the sonogram today, and
Oh, yeah.
we know the sex, but Laura won't let me tell the world because whatever.
We know
Hey, Lada, can I tell people?
it. Did that register, Jesse?
Whatever, girl. She don't know my life. All I'm saying,
I saw a picture though. It looks, boy or girl, it looks exactly like Miguel. You can see even a pinch of Laura. And
well, thank God for that.
I mean,
And also, since our thing fried, we lost all our wonderful sound effects. So, yeah. Hey, how's it going, Jesse?
Jesse, how's it going?
It's going.
What's on your mind?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're
Oh
live.
yeah, we are. Never mind. Okay.
We're doing this.
So this
looks
is
like
it.
Chelsea and Jeremy in the room, but I haven't heard from them, so I don't know if they're there or not. I think Jeremy's messing around with the new setup, so
Nice. We saw that. Got a kick-ass mic.
he does have a pretty nice mic. Yeah, he is.
That's what
I
she
believe
said.
working on a podcast as well.
Cool
you know-
beans.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew.
What do you mean?
Might be easier. I don't know. Anyways, we still got him. So whenever they come on, we'll just join them on. But let's go through these. Let's go through what's in the pocket. Who threw this in here? Medical marijuana gains momentum in the Senate. Is that you, Tony?
Yeah. Very hot topic nowadays.
What is it? Let's see. A push to legalize medical marijuana at the federal level is gaining momentum in the Senate. Now, Jesse, you partake in medical marijuana
Can't
substitute.
hear?
Can't hear anything.
I can hear.
Somebody's coming on. I can hear
I
you.
can hear. I can't talk.
We can hear everything.
You can figure it out.
Jesse, maybe you want to elaborate on your drug use?
Gregory's.
Yeah, I can do that.
It
Experience with
said
that.
when I first logged on that my microphone was hardware muted.
Herbal marijuana? Herbal remedy?
Yeah, it was one time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I tried it once. That's about it.
How did it feel? Make you feel free?
It was pretty horrible actually. I went over to pick up my friend to go to homecoming, and he was in the back smoking, and he asked me to try it, and I did, and I hit it wrong, and it burned all the way down.
Tell me more. What do you mean you hit it wrong?
I mean, there's a proper way to like inhale, and there's an improper way, and I did it the wrong way, I guess, and it burned the whole way down.
Have you ever smoked cigarettes, huh?
Yeah, I smoked cigarettes like
So-
in high school, like as an excuse to like get out of class. I mean, I was in video journalism, and instead of going and making videos, me and my friend would go buy cigarettes since I was 18 and he wasn't, and we'd go to the park and smoke for 45 minutes and then come back home or come back to school.
I can't say I'm a regular pop smoker. The one time that I partook in it, is that what you were saying? Partook in the remedies?
Sure.
Okay.
hmm
I was helping one of my other student friends move out of his apartment, and he lived on the second floor, real sketchy apartments, and he was just going for him because by per square footage by dollar, like dollar per square footage, he got the most land for his money, I guess you could say. But
Mhm.
anyways, so this guy needed help moving. He did not want to like pay us anything, but he said, "My friend sent me some medical marijuana through the mail," which I thought, I mean, that's some risky business. But he said what they would send it to him. Now this is before the legalization of weed in the other states. This is just in California at that time. And when they did that, um, when they would send it, they would wrap it up in dryer sheets, and then they would put it in these like manila envelopes, and they would throw all these coffee beans in there, and then seal it up, duct tape
Mhm.
it, and then put in another manila envelope, and then send it off. And then he would get it, he would take it apart and whatever. Um, but that stuff was strong, and I remember we did a bunch of heavy lifting, lifted all this it was halfway through the movie, and then he was like, "Let's take a break, let's hit this bomb." So we're hitting the bomb, and everything just starts looking like it's in HD, just like holy, like an Instagram filter. Think of everything as an Instagram filter with all its flaws and everything. It was just perfect lighting and everything. You're just like, whoa, when did this happen? And so the rest of the moving, actually, all that I moved after that was a mattress. And I remember it was me and this other friend, and we got the mattress, and it was already taking us 30 minutes to get it outside of the apartment. I was like, dude, we're really stoned right now, and I had never known the meaning of being stoned till that moment right there. So we're taking this mattress, and I'm looking, I'm like, dude, we have to go down all the way down the corridor, and then we have to go down some stairs, and then to the U-Haul. Why don't we just throw this thing down? And he's like, no, this is even better. Just go off the balcony, dude. I'm like, dude, you're a genius. So genius move. So we were just throwing this guy's mattress. It lands in this rose bush. We're just like walking around nonchalant, taking it out of the rose bushes. Finally get it out, and we walk it to the U-Haul unit. And that took us like 3 hours. And he's like, yeah, you guys don't smoke regularly. I was like, nah, this is my first time, but yeah, these are genetically modified for high THC. So I mean, they're designed to get you high, and
Yeah.
that's its sole purpose for
Yeah.
whatever reasons. At that time, it was my knee. I have a bad knee, so that's why I was like, well, maybe this will help me with my knee. And
Yeah,
it
yeah,
did, you know.
yeah. How'd that work out? Medically,
It worked out good. You know, if my current job didn't, I guess, have such a strict drug policy, I think I would still enjoying the herbal remedy of the marijuana. Of the marijuana.
I think that goes for a lot of people. I mean, people finish work and go straight to the bar, and alcohol is something like that can kill you. Like you can walk into any drugstore or convenience store and buy something that will kill you if you drink the
Yeah.
entire bottle.
Well, that's the same thing with cigarettes,
You
right?
know, yeah, I mean, I guess you could light yourself on fire.
And if I'm correct, no one has died from an overdose of marijuana.
No, no,
They just end up passing out.
No.
Maybe you can fact check on that.
I almost died.
You died? What? You didn't
Oh,
die.
I feel like I've heard something about this.
You probably didn't almost die.
Well, I after I smoked, I tried to go to the homecoming game, and like you just said, everything was like in HD, and yeah, it was like I was watching a 3D movie without the 3D glasses on. You know how like
Right?
it's
It's hard to
trippy it
explain
is.
because technically everything's in 3D right now, right? But
Hmm.
it's just the best I can explain it is like through an Instagram filter.
Hmm.
You're just seeing everything like that with like the shading and stuff like that. I'm just like, whoa, this is pretty trippy. We went to Colorado last month, and I thought you could just walk into a store and buy marijuana. That's what they kind of make it sound, especially living here in a state where it's not legalized. When you hear about, yeah, it's legalized in Colorado, you can get high. And then when people heard that I was going to, we went to Steamboat Springs, and they're like, yeah, marijuana is legal there, blah blah blah. The thing is, it's only in certain counties. While it's legal in the state of Colorado, it's only certain counties that you can purchase it legally, and then even that you have to buy like a registration card or a member card kind of thing, and so
Mhm.
the yearly fee of like $150 on top of the cost of the marijuana and stuff like that.
Dang.
So,
It's
it's
like a
not so-
membership to smoke.
yeah, and it's not so easy just to like go buy it, but Colorado has done as being one of the, I guess, pioneers of making marijuana legal, and they definitely opened up that market using all that tax money. So it's good.
Hmm.
The article you sent, Tony, says 23 states have legalized medical marijuana. How many states are in the U.S.? Isn't it like 27?
What?
There's 25 states, but then you add Puerto Rico
It's
and
50 states.
oh shit. Why am I thinking 25?
No, you're not an American citizen.
Shit. Dude, I totally spaced out on that.
All right.
Are you high right now?
No, we've been drinking a few beers, a few brewskis. I was a little upset about the hard drive shitting out on me, and I'm not gonna
All right,
even.
let's just accept
Yeah,
it.
I'm not even gonna talk about
Let's
that. Right
accept
now.
it.
I
and
know.
Move on.
I have
There's
to
50
accept it.
states.
It's just it bothers me a lot. I put a lot of hard work into this. You know,
Yes.
blood, tears, sweat,
Anyway.
semen.
To get you,
A lot.
I have some data from 2013 on.
All right, give me the stats,
yeah,
Tony. Go ahead, give me the
so,
stats. Go ahead.
Major cardiovascular diseases, 796,000. Motor vehicle accidents, 35,000.
Well, okay, what are you reading me?
These are deaths in 2013.
Okay.
Injury by firearms, 33,000. Alcohol-induced deaths, 29,000. Parkinson's, 25. Homicide, 16. Viral hepatitis, 8,000. All illicit drugs combined, 17,000. But just cannabis, marijuana by itself is 0.
Have you ever said cannabis Mariana?
What?
Isn't that funny?
No, what?
What?
Mariana?
Nothing. I don't know.
Who's-
I'm just
So
saying.
how do we know there's not any deaths that marijuana contributed to, like auto accidents or, the firearms accidents? I mean, how do we know the person wasn't high and being stupid, messing with a gun and shot himself or somebody?
Yeah, it's only purely if you died in a vehicle accident, it's because you died while driving the vehicle, not because you were high. So I saw in there it said alcohol induced though.
It did.
There's nothing that says cannabis induced.
No.
I don't know. I just imagine when you get high, like just everything slows down for me, you know. I feel like I'd be very subjective if I got high again and it wasn't medical marijuana. It'd be like, where did you get this shit from? I want the shit I smoked 3 years ago. You know what I
It
mean?
wouldn't be as strong. You're
Right.
saying?
Right. It wouldn't be as strong, but that goes into this whole other thing. Am I remembering an experience that was much greater than what it really was? That's just like a play on memory in itself. You don't really remember the correct memory.
No.
Think back, but I don't know. That's just me.
I fell down a flight of stairs after I smoked. That was pretty awful.
That's the one you told
Okay.
us about.
So if you died from that, would you have died from stairs?
According to that article Tony read.
Yeah, I mean, there's no stairs on here, but
Yeah.
there's homicide. I don't see suicide.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Let's see here. So
So-
it's legal in
We
20.
can hear you. I can hear you.
somebody trying to talk.
Oh yeah, Chelsea, we can hear you now. I turned you down a little bit because you're moving the microphone around. But okay.
Okay.
You're on.
Welcome, Jesse. Hello. I mean, Chelsea.
Jason.
Hi, how's it going?
Hello again.
Where's
Y'all
Johnny?
go on with your marijuana talk. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you're not interrupted. Have you ever partaken in herbal remedies?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Wait, Tony's. Hang on. I don't mean to interrupt, but Tony's giving me these hand signals. What are you saying?
Drop the H. in
Herbal?
Herbal.
But it's herbal.
No, it's not.
Why?
It's herbal.
Who said herbal?
It's
I said
English.
herbal. There's a fucking
Oh,
H.
wow.
You take out the H.
You say
It's-
herbal essences.
no.
Herbal.
Fuck
It's
you.
a silent H.
Fuck the English language.
Okay.
That's
Okay. So you said you've partaken in the remedies of the herbal,
Yes.
and is yours directly? No, if you don't wish to comment, that's fine. But how good of quality is your herbal? Herbal. Fuck.
Well, right now in San Angelo, we're having kind of a drought, but there is a way.
There's a drought.
I mean, there's a herbal drought.
Nice.
But
No, because San Angelo is like in one of the worst droughts like in the state of Texas. So not only are they deprived of water, they're
but
deprived of
good weed, yeah.
How you gonna grow the weed without the water?
Okay, obviously in San Angelo, you're a dumbass. That environment there is not conducive to growing high quality THC producing marijuana. That's what I'm saying.
Well, most people do it like hydroponically anyway, if they're making good stuff. So it
Nice.
doesn't really matter where you do it. But around here, it's hard to get some of the better quality stuff. I mean, there's people that get it from Colorado, and for some reason, Corpus Christi, Miguel, that's where you live, right?
Corpus Christi.
Baby, bam, bam.
You know, I was looking England, and they showed a map of the drug distribution in Texas, and it goes Juarez, El Paso, and then there's one that goes directly to San Angelo, and one that goes directly to Corpus. I thought that was funny. I was like, oh, cool.
It's a
Hey,
trade
I
route.
lived in both of those places. It's like MS-14. It's like, holy crap. That bitty bitty bomb bomb.
Yeah.
RIP. So let me ask y'all this: have y'all ever partaken in synthetic marijuana?
I heard that's dangerous,
That just
Yeah, something's wrong with that.
kills
with
your
that
fucking
stuff.
mind.
but it's like
But have y'all ever done it?
Yeah.
You've done it?
Yeah.
Nice. How is synthetic marijuana related to bath salts?
I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience in bath salts, but when I worked at the inpatient hospital here, the mental hospital, there was a lot of young kids coming in on bath salts and just out of their mind, and they never got it back. Like they didn't know who they were, or they thought they were someone else, and they were just completely non-functional.
Hunks of your
Um,
gone.
I heard that the K2 or whatever it's called now, I heard that it could do kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Let's see, Spice, K2, all that. The one story I remember was this kid that he was a promising skateboarder who's going to be one of those BMX guys. I don't know what it is. Extreme. What is it? The X Games. Yeah. He's one of those dudes lined up, and he had a promising future there. He took some of this bath salt Spice and quickly went on this decline of having the ability to perform one, but also just have stability, constant paranoia. It led to him like going on top of his roof and start shooting people because he thought like cops were coming after him and the SWAT team was around. There's like, like a school bus of kids being dropped off kind of thing. And after that, he ended up going inside his house and just shooting himself with a shotgun, something like that along those lines. But it's just
All in one night.
Yeah, I mean.
Dang.
Wow.
I actually work with a girl here. Her stepson was on the K2 and he fell in the river and died, and they had to like dredge his body out of the river. And this wasn't too long ago. This was like less than a year ago.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
K2,
That's crazy.
K2, Spice, synthetic drugs, bullshit.
okay.
Now
Now
they make this other one called Snow. It's just like cocaine. It's the same effect. But they're synthetically derived. And the reason it's hard for them to get become illegal is that it's literally just a chemical equation that once this compound becomes illegal, they just
change it.
or hydrolyze something else on there, throw on an oxygen or something like that. It has it varies the effect a little bit, but the overall high stays there. But the thing is, it's like just fucking with your head.
Yeah. So, do you think that bringing this up and all the bad effects from these synthetic drugs, do you think this is an argument for legalization of recreational medical marijuana, so
Absolutely.
so these synthetic drugs aren't needed? Or,
Well, I don't know that any of them are needed, but I mean, just to be clear, I think that everything should be legal. Like, I don't think that anything should be illegal because people are going to do what they want to do anyway, and making it illegal just creates a like separate class, black market, I guess, if you will, of people that are doing it and are way more violent about it because they're having to do it under the radar.
oh
No.
yeah,
I think we need to take this just a step further back from that, and it's not that it's a case for the legalization of marijuana is not a case for to prevent the use of synthetic drugs. But let's go back to the marijuana conspiracy, and the real reason why hemp is illegal.
there we go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, did you know that it's estimated that hemp has approximately 25,000 uses? From food, paint, and fuel to clothing and construction materials, hemp is used for all of these. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes, hemp is such a useful product, and that's why that ties into the reason why marijuana is illegal.
But hemp was important in England in the 16th century that King Henry VIII passed a law in 1553 which fined farmers who failed to grow at least 1/4 acre of hemp for every 60 acres of arable land. Arable. Where's Randall when we need him? You know what I mean? Arable land.
Where is Randall?
I don't. He's flaking. I don't know. He needed a break, I think. He said something about that. Anyways,
Alright.
there was even a time in history for
Is there
over
like-
200 years when you could pay your taxes in America with hemp. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine paying your yearly taxes with hemp? You know, I'm going to use this portion to pay, and then I will build a hammock with this portion, and this last portion I will simply smoke.
There you go. Now, am I right that hemp is just like a cousin of marijuana? Marijuana, it doesn't have any psychoactive effects?
Now, I think what you're mistaken, there's different types of hemp with
Okay.
different levels of THC.
Okay.
Just like we have medical marijuana right now and we have marijuana.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You feel me?
I think hemp is actually the like a byproduct. It doesn't have
Hash? Is it hash?
I thought
It's
there's a
I think
male-
it's just the actual fiber of it. It's not the THC. It doesn't have the THC in it. You know what I mean? Like it's the plant,
Oh,
but
here we go.
not the chemical.
5 differences between hemp and marijuana. Let's see. Number 1 is genetics. Cannabis is believed to be one of the oldest domesticated crops. Throughout history, humans have grown different varieties of cannabis for industrial and medical uses. Did you know that, Tony? Why are you telling me to hurry up? I'm trying to teach you.
You're
That's
gonna
what
read the whole article.
Cannabis plants contain unique compounds called cannabinoids.
Cannabinoids.
Yeah, and there's a-
That's fun.
Cannabinoids is what they actually synthetically create for
Okay.
synthetic marijuana. Current research has revealed that over 60 blah blah blah. While marijuana plants contain high levels of THC, hemp contains very little of the psychoactive drug.
Okay.
There's that. Cultivation. Different hemp and marijuana are grown for different uses and therefore require different conditions. Blah 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 blah.
Plants are fucking amazing. Can I just say that?
Have you ever watched The Happening? It's one of the greatest movies I've
Oh
ever
yeah.
seen.
Yes, it's the greatest. movie. Yeah, the
It's
Happening.
super underrated.
Mark Wahlberg is incredible. Is there anything you can do?
Yeah, come on, guys. The plants. I mean, we gotta get the plants.
Mark Wahlberg, Leguizamo, and the whole play. You know, plants are really the ones that are in charge.
Yeah.
You know,
It's Mother Nature.
nature is a motherfucker.
I mean,
Motherfucking nature.
Hey, so is Jeremy's trying to get in?
He's having trouble with his microphone or his headphones or something. I'm trying to figure out a way that we can both go off my phone because I was having trouble going off my computer for some reason.
Trouble going off.
yeah. Oh, what?
Going off, getting off, what?
Where's my?
Oh, I'm all over the
Jesse.
place.
What's up?
Talk to me.
Hey,
'cause
hold
everyone
on.
seems to be preoccupied.
let's,
I'm just gonna bring this down to you and me right now.
No, I want to get back to I mean, I was looking up the
What? Talk to
name
me.
of the guy
Take a minute.
that you're mentioning.
The conspiracy?
Why? Yeah, the conspiracy.
We can go back to that. Sorry. You know I have ADHD, and so that's a really big problem here because we're at the end of the day, and it's definitely wearing off. But
It's kind of due to one man. Well, conspiracy is a bunch of men, but I've heard that it's kind of one guy making.
okay, so here's a conspiracy. Andrew Mellon became Hoover's Secretary of the Treasury and DuPont's primary investor. He appointed his future nephew-in-law, Harry J. Anslinger, to head the Federal Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs. Secret meetings were held by the financial tycoons. Hemp was declared dangerous and a threat to the dollar enterprises. For their dynasties to remain intact, hemp had to go. These men took an obscure Mexican slang word, marijuana, and pushed it onto the consciousness of the American people.
Because they owned paper manufacturer. They were paper manufacturers.
They were all of that.
Log,
General
yeah.
textiles. Let's just
Okay.
go with that. And hemp posed a threat for that. Because, we live in an era where economic value is the backdrop. And that's all we care about is the bottom dollar. We don't care about our impact on this world. We don't care how much resources we're using up right now that our children and their children and blah, blah, blah aren't going to be able to have access to,
Yeah.
I don't know. It worries me, Tony. It worries me.
So they saw a way to make money, so it was a smear campaign against
They smeared that
marijuana.
shit all over the wall.
All the shit. plant.
Jesse knows a lot about smearing. I mean, if you need more,
Oh, yeah.
talk to him. He's been smeared a lot.
Smeared.
Smeared and stuff. I think he partook in a game called Smear the Queer. I don't know the rules of that, but
I don't. I feel like I should know more about this.
Smear the Queer. This was a game.
Yep.
Did you ever?
No.
I never
For
played it.
homophobes.
Yeah, it was one of those things like in the hallways, smear the queer, and they would like check the gay guy against the lockers, like stupid shit like that. It's very,
So When
very
you
derogatory.
said smear the queer, I was thinking, do they rub their bodies all over the gay guy? But that'd be awesome.
who would that be awesome for? The gay guy? You
The
think
gay
the gay
guy.
guy likes that?
If he has.
Okay,
bodies
so
smeared.
apply that to a woman. You think a woman likes you going and rubbing your smelly, oily, hairy ass body all over her?
Oh,
Why would a gay guy like that? Maybe the homophobes weren't in high school. Maybe the homophobe is right here in front of me. Talk to me, Tony. What's going on? At one point, were these thoughts in your head that you were just judged for and you didn't want to explore that part of your body?
So America thinks that marijuana is the deadliest drug. What was the name? At school they would play school information
Yeah, that's
video.
420 deadly chemicals. That's kind of where that
Yeah.
420 comes from.
Oh.
And then people just started smoking up on 420. Hey, Jesse, what kind of phone do you have?
I have an iPhone 6.
What?
iPhone 6.
I thought you said an iPhone of dicks. I was like, okay.
Who's homophobic now?
Jeremy says,
Yeah.
what gives? I did not eject you. I did not,
Drama.
I did not eject you. I don't know why he's not. Is he
Says
able
he
to?
keeps getting an ejected or rejected message.
Yeah,
or something.
he keeps getting kicked out of the Hangout.
I don't know. Let me try resending him the invite.
Yeah.
He's
Well-
gonna try hooking up to my Mac. I couldn't make it work.
Let
Maybe
him
he
know we're not kicking him out.
What he says? What?
Yeah, he put what gives. I don't know, Jeremy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna message to him on Twitter. The link again. I don't
They
think
say
it.
that they're not kicking you out.
That's
That
weird.
he's resending you the thing.
Okay, well, let me go back downstairs and try it.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to have like a delay.
Jeremy, I miss you. Our ratings declined significantly last week because Jeremy wasn't on.
Yeah, I saw that.
And because we didn't have anything to talk about, but
Oh well.
Oh, you know what we're gonna do this time? We're just gonna title with the latest movie craze. American Sniper got like 230 hits. I'm like, fuck yeah, America, motherfuckers. America, Bradley Cooper.
So I heard there's more synopsis news about the Rogue movie you were talking about, Tony.
Are we done with the marijuana conspiracy? Can we close that out?
Well, do we all believe it should be legalized across the board?
I think we're kind of on the same page.
Who doesn't really? Like the people that I hear that talks about marijuana not being legal are like my grandpa,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it. Just like
late
old
to
people, they're like, then everybody will be high all the time.
Yeah, the main argument for them is, people are just gonna be lazy and quit their job and just get on.
People are just gonna be Mexican. Tony, why is that funny? Why are you laughing so much at that? That's what I want to know.
No,
Homophobic, racist.
Two people are Hispanic who don't.
I'm just fucking.
I
with
mean,
you,
and
Tony.
they're also Republican, but
Oh
and
man.
watch Fox News.
Pull my dick out right now.
Ugh.
But yeah, the whole thing is they're lazy, and then people who smoke weed are never gonna amount to anything. And
Well,
I'm
that
okay
happens
with it.
sometimes.
Jesse's texting me too. He goes, text, email Jeremy another link. ... Like, what does the ... mean after the text message? Is that meaning he wants me to like reply? Jesse, what does that mean?
it's like
Or whatever else you need to do to make it work. Basically, figure it out.
Link?
It's emphasis.
When I see ... I read it with an inflection.
Yeah.
Like, send another link?
no, I see it with the emphasis like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's real, I think it's real aggressive. The ...
The ... means what gives.
I think
Yeah,
five.
that's exactly what it
Well,
means.
5 dots means I really mean the opposite, right? That's what I mean. It's like, yo, girl, what are you up to? ... Meaning I want to fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But the 3 dots, that's just like, send another link? I don't know. My hand's in my ass. I'm gonna take a beer break. What are y'all talking about? Rogue Squadron, Chingayeta?
Yeah. So Jesse, I don't know, look up what you're talking about, but
Oh no, I just thought there was like more news or more information about what the film was actually supposed to be about.
yeah, there was a tiny
Maybe
bit.
just what the hell are you talking about, bro?
Well, no, I subscribe to a YouTube channel. His name is Mr. Sunday Movies. I think I've put other of his little short clips in the pocket, like the Batman versus Darth Vader one and like the Batman versus Superman one. Well, he's like the comic book guy, and he usually does like trailer breakdowns, and he's really good about finding like little hidden stuff and Easter eggs and things you miss. So he did a trailer review of, or not a review, but like a little breakdown of what the Rogue movie is supposed to be about, hence the title and all the information he's gathered. So I just didn't know if you had heard anything new.
John Williams will not score it, so that's interesting. The first Star Wars movie without John Williams.
Means I'm not gonna watch it.
It does have a reputable composer, though.
Who? Hans Zimmerman? The only second best one?
Close. Not sure. There was another bit of.
Hey, Laura, we're recording a podcast down here. We need silence.
The
All right. I'll see you later.
But he explained it that it's I guess it's a film revolving like I guess solely around the evolution of like the Rogue Squadron and basically like how the piloting team came or like I guess recuperated, because this is following the attack on the Death Star, right?
well, that's the thing. We don't know that unless you know something I don't. But as far as I know, that there's no confirmation on that, on what it could mean. I mean, people infer it's the Rogue Squadron because it's called Rogue One, and so there. And before the title release, there's a rumor about that it was going to be about the rebels obtaining the Death Star plans from the original Death Star. In the first movie, they say, all the many Bothans died to give us this information, and it was very ominous sounding thing. So it'd be cool if they touch on that.
Oh, okay.
You know, the whole point of New Hope, or the important part, is R2 has the Death Star plans in him throughout the whole movie until he's finally gives them to the Rebel Alliance. So it's pretty much how did that happen, which could be. Rumor was bounty hunters. Maybe they go in and steal the plans, and there's bounty hunters chasing them. I mean, that's another rumor that's been going around.
Yeah, I heard they're trying to do another spin-off which focuses just around, or I think that's what they thought this film was supposed to be about Boba Fett, like a Boba Fett solo film, but then it ended up being this Rogue One movie.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is that movie, and he's just the main villain, and the main star seems to be Felicity Jones, who starred in what's that?
Uptown Abbey.
No.
She was the Felicity Jones from The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Is she related to Quincy Jones?
No, I don't know.
Rashida Jones?
About,
I don't know people.
Stephen Hawking's. Yeah, Stephen Hawking's. She plays the love interest for Stephen Hawking.
Oh. Yeah.
You should have. You should be picking up that Princess Leia solo comic book, because a lot of people were predicting that Felicity Jones' character, who they presume her to be, is debuted in the comic book.
Tony's gonna fuck up the pages in that book. I'm gonna get all sorts of sticky.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a Caucasian character like with really black hair, and she's, I don't know. Everybody's just predicting that that's who Felicity Jones' character is going to be. It's an original character, and
Well, I know, they introduced a new character. It was a blonde Rogue Squadron pilot. Talking about a different one.
oh yeah, maybe that's it. I'm not sure, but yeah, they introduced like a female pilot in one of the comic books. I'm pretty sure it was Princess Leia,
Now,
and so
Princess Leia kisses Luke Skywalker, right? Isn't that kind of ancestral?
We're not talking about that.
No, I'm just saying.
We're not talking about that.
I
All you
don't-
gotta-
I'm just trying to join the conversation. I'm sorry. I'll just stay over here. I'm gonna go get another beer.
Yes, she does.
Where's
But
Jeremy?
Okay, go get your beer.
Damn it.
So, yeah, really, we don't know much about Rogue One. We'll probably find out more in April. That's when Star Wars Celebration is. And so really, that's all we know is that there's a new composer. His name was Splat or something. Let me see, Rogue One composer. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you heard?
that's about it. I imagine that if that character does end up being the one from the comic book, then a lot of people are buying up copies of it just in case the value of the book increases.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely did want to pick it up. I was just trying to save money, but
Yeah.
it looked pretty good.
My question: why don't you and Jesse ever? Jesse, maybe you should have Tony on for one of your episodes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't. It's just he doesn't want you on there. I'm sorry. Okay.
No. I've just never. I mean, I've thought about doing the little guest spot thing.
You know, you're still trying to.
No, it's still like a solo podcast. So.
Solo.
And so the new composer for Rogue One, he's pretty hot right now. He did Imitation Game, Grand Budapest Hotel, Zero Dark 30.
Dude, have you seen Grand Budapest
I have.
Hotel? That's a good movie. Damn it. I wish I watched that in the theater because the picture quality just fucking phenomenal. And I'm watching on my, I got a 40-inch flat screen, but still, I'm just like, it doesn't do it justice. I want to see it huge. All the detail that goes into it. Because every scene is planned out extensively.
I mean, yeah.
They're talking about Rogue One.
I mean, as our
They're talking
many
about Rogue One.
films, it's amazing. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Really heavy Star Wars.
So
news.
I got some news. How many of y'all consume Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Oh yeah, my grandma texted me about this.
Wait, hang on. Back up.
No, it's the case.
Yeah,
What's going on? Oh. Okay.
apparently they found metal in the macaroni.
Yeah, so about 242,000 cases of macaroni and cheese have been recalled due to shrapnel that's been claimed to have been put in this lot, and it's the small, the 7.25 ounce box, the box everybody buys, and these apparently they're the box dinners with the best use by date of September 18th, 2015 through October 11th, 2015. The recalled products were shipped to customers in the U.S. and some Caribbean and South American countries, but not Canada. I like how this article emphasizes that, but not fucking Canada. Canada, don't be bitches. You don't have to worry about it. Like, okay, all right. Yeah, so let's see. Kraft said the recall was issued following reports by 8 consumers, but added no injuries. Apparently saying pieces of small metal may be inside the boxes.
So they don't have
That's
an
reassuring.
explanation. All right.
No, they're just saying it's between them. And welcome, Jeremy. How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. Sorry about all the technical difficulties earlier. We'll try and iron them out before next week.
No, man. I went through. You saw how all the setup I went through before I finally got this shit down. I mean, it's you gotta. For me, the way I'm doing it over here, I'm using Voicemeeter, which allows my all inputs to be directly controlled on board, and so I'm able to put you guys that are on Google Hangouts through a virtual audio cable that allows me to control the volume, and then I have it also allows for another volume control for any sounds that are being made on the computer. And then there's a fourth one of what Tony's playing right now, of any inputs of music and stuff like that. And then there's the first one is just the regular mic, this guy, which is talking and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I'll have to send you a screenshot of my setup so that you can kind of see it. But
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure shit out because I'm not a sound engineer.
I think it was my splitter. Like my splitter was giving me some trouble, and then like in the Hangout, I ended up having to try and select an audio input. It was weird. Anyways, glad to be here, guys.
Well, yeah, welcome to have you back, man. I know Adrian, one time we ejected him because his internet was messing up, and then he couldn't come back in. So, and there was another time he left, and he still couldn't come back in. So, I don't know. I don't know what kind of message it was giving you when you're trying to
yeah, it was weird. So what did I miss?
Talking about
medical marijuana, Rogue One, and macaroni and cheese with metal.
money, weed.
There you go.
Anyway, I could possibly bring up a subject, maybe very near and dear to Jesse.
Does this have to do with Charlie Sheen launching racist Twitters?
No, not that. The controversial variant cover. I wanted to get your thoughts on that. That seems like a treasure trove topic.
I think someone put this in the box.
Tony did. Tony put it in the pocket. Yeah. Figured
Keep it in the pocket.
Figured that would have been one of the first things you wanted to talk about, Jesse. But
He's very.
No, but you seemed interested, so I didn't bring it up. I was hoping you would. Well, we're waiting for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was waiting for Jeremy too to bring it up because I did a little bit of research on the whole thing, and it's interesting. Women in comics, like I used to read comics back in the day, but I'm kind of a neophyte at this point.
MILF.
Yeah.
What this pulls up is Batgirl's eyes are the size of 2 fish bowls, and there's a tear ready to drip down toward the messy red smile smeared on her red cheeks. That's the cover. Oh, you pulled it up. There you go. Nice. The Joker has his arm around her, finger digging into her cheek. In his other hand, he holds a shimmering gun with one finger on the trigger. He flashes his sinister pearly whites. Albuquerque has created an image that conjures up the visceral terror of the iconic comic book The Killing Joke. I remember you lending me this joke. Now, so what's controversial about this?
It ensues, I guess, and I did a whole segment on this on the last page podcast, which hasn't aired yet, but it's not the normal cover, it's just a variant cover. So every issue, or most days these issues, comes out with a regular subscription or newsstand covers, and then and next month all the covers for the DC titles, we're going to have a variant of some sorts which featured the Joker on there, even if the issue or the contents didn't have the Joker inside of it. And this was because next month is the 75th anniversary of the character. So as an homage respect to the character, every single title of the DC's comic series was going to have the Joker on it. So they enlisted artist Rafael Albuquerque to do the variant cover for Batgirl. And whenever you think of Batgirl and whenever you think of Joker, you think of the Killing Joke. And so that's why this is his rendition or his variant cover that he chose to do to pay homage to Alan Moore's The Killing Joke. And a lot of feminists, a lot of social justice warriors, the same people that brought about the whole Gamergate controversy that we discussed before, is pretty much responsible for getting this cover pulled from the shelves or from the book before it even hit the shelves. So
my huge gripe about the entire thing is it's a variant cover, so it is basically at the reader's discretion to go out and purchase that. It's not being forced upon anyone. It is actually just an option as another another collection collector's item of a book. It's also variant covers, as you know, Jesse, are used to sell more issues of a particular comic in general, and they're always sought after commodities in the secondary market. And I think I don't know. It just struck me as weird that something that someone would have to go out and get is being protested about. It's not forced on anyone. It is an option. No regular subscriber or anyone on the newsstand is forced to buy that issue.
yeah, exactly. And that's the current creative team, writers and artists on the current Batgirl series were they're objecting to it too, because it didn't fit the current tone of the book. A few issues back, the previous writer Gail Simone,
Love her.
which she had very dark and gritty like undertones to her book, and then the book completely did a 180 with the new artist and writer named Cameron Stewart, and he reimagined the Batgirl character. She's like a fresh out of high school, like college student. She's into taking selfies, she's into online dating, house parties. So it's a completely different character than what we're used to. So it's very toned down for like younger readers or new readers. And so that's why I guess it was a little bit terrifying, I guess, to have this kind of cover being as dark and ominous and suggestive, I guess, to be on the cover of this current ongoing title. But like Jeremy said, it's just a variant. I mean, the regular cover was still available, and I have the same argument that Jeremy does, is the variant was more than likely going to be priced much higher. It would probably only be sought out by serious collectors. So like he said, there's not going to be, you can't just pick it up. And more than likely, like I said, it's going to be off the shelves. I mean, the serious people that are interested in buying variants are going to do so, and then by the time these kids get out of school and make their way to the comic book shops, it's going to be gone. You're going to be left with the regular cover anyway, so it's unlikely they would even see it.
And also, I mean, some collectors a lot of collectors who collect variants, as I was saying about the secondary market, usually buy multiple copies. They have either the means for that, or there's a monetary incentive, no pun intended, on variants, or chase books. You get it, Jesse. But they usually they go to the stores in droves, and they grab as many of those variant covers as possible and flip those on the secondary market via an eBay, some sort of specialty comics website. I'm sure you're in the know on those, Jesse, as far as secondary market goes. But yeah, and once again, like, Barbara Gordon has always been entwined with the Joker. There's a rich lineage as far as the character's concerned with her origins, in how she became Oracle in certain universes via the Killing Joke. But it does also raise. I can see where the SWJ, social justice warrior, the SJWs, I'm sorry, social justice warriors, feminist groups can see that sort of as a menacing thing, and if they did read the Killing Joke, I think they'd be even more so disgusted.
Honestly, who fucking cares, right? It's a cover. It's a comic book. Get the fuck over it, is what I say.
Yeah, but I want to ask Jesse something, because I was reading, and like I don't feel like I can have an opinion about this because I don't know. I haven't been following any of this stuff.
Everybody can have an opinion.
But as far as the caricature of her being victimized by the Joker, when other superheroes, their motivation is outside of a personal, like a direct personal injustice. The thing I was reading referenced Batman. You know, Batman's motivation came when he saw his parents, killed or whatever. But the variant cover, a lot of people had a problem with it because it represented her being directly victimized and kind of summarizing her entire motive for her heroism based on the Killing Joke. So, like, I just wanted to get your opinion on that as someone who knows about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it is her like iconic like origin story. So in the Killing Joke, Barbara Gordon, Commissioner Gordon's daughter, answers the door, and the Joker has a camera and a gun. He shoots her. She's instantly paralyzed from the waist down, and then the scene, or at least the page, ends with her lying on the floor and the Joker unbuttoning her shirt. So it's suggested, or most readers have interpreted, which Alan Moore had a bad habit or good habit of doing, is leaving a lot of stuff open for interpretation, that the camera was brought for a reason, basically suggesting that he took photos of her, sexually assaulted her, and even raped her. So it's really based on a lot of, I guess, interpretation and assumption of how she came to be. But there's two sides to the coin. There's people that look at this and see her just victimized and distressed and helpless, and then there's others that see, I guess, what came out of this, and how she overcame her disability and then evolved into the Batgirl. And then I actually just watched a show on Netflix about Midtown Comics and New York Comic Con, and there's a girl with muscular atrophy, and she's sitting here praising this book that people were like putting down, and she's occupied or strapped to a wheelchair for the rest of her life, and she looks at this and she's inspired by this same story that people are saying doesn't need to be seen the face of, or the light of day. So it's really all interpretation. I mean, like I said, this girl is completely inspired and looks at this book, puts this book on a pedestal in this story, and then there's others that are just saying, it's horrible.
She's inspired by what Batgirl has become, and this image kind of just brings her back to being the victim. And in her costume, she's not in Barbara Gordon wear. She's in her hero costume, and she's there crying, terrified, gun pointed at her crotch,
And that's what most people's argument is that that basically that story, it's a good story. People aren't saying it's a bad story, but they just want it left alone. They want it just to not be touched or altered or brought up again.
That's people's opinion then.
Imagine this image maybe altered a little differently, where maybe she has a gun pointed at him, or
Yeah.
maybe she's not so
What about this?
victimized.
I saw
by
another
Joker.
cover where they have her taking almost a selfie in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
that's
why
referring-
is that? To me, that's even more sexist. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. I didn't like that one either. I thought that one made
Yeah.
her look like a fucking idiot.
That was my argument too, and that's the first cover that the new artist Cameron Stewart drew. So that was the introduction to the new Batgirl, was that image, and so that put me off really uneasy. And I've had these Twitter arguments too. Like I said, that there's
You
there's
were
a lot of
blocked by him, if I
Yeah.
recall.
So yeah, Cameron Stewart,
Wait,
the
wait,
current
wait.
artist and writer, yeah, he's blocked me on Twitter because of my opinions.
God.
Empty Rant lives in infamy. One of our ranters is blocked by a major comic book artist.
Were you arguing about this issue or something else?
I went through my I guess necessary retweets and just very minor tweets about the issue before I decided to post my original tweet, and mine consisted of saying I want Gail Simone back if Cameron Stewart can't handle Batgirl's history, and obviously I tagged both the previous and current writer, and the current writer being Cameron Stewart decided to block me because of that comment.
And
he's not
with
homage to the past.
Yeah, and that's my argument, is if you can't handle a certain character's history, you should not be writing for that character. That's my argument.
it feels like we're kind of whitewashing this character that we are also praising and paying tribute to via this celebration of variant covers, and redacting certain events for today's society and today's readers. But what makes the history of the Joker so rich is his evolution from a very kind of happy-go-lucky criminal that used a lot of humor and elaborate schemes, gadgets, devices, what have you, throughout the 80s when this Moore run came about, and he was actually taken as a threat, and he was an extreme monster. And I guess it was a sign of the times when that happened within the book, and the character, that he underwent a change due to the current social climate. And I think even now, I mean, I kind of see the Joker as more monster than man, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a difficult topic, I guess. And the reason why it did not hit shelves is because at the request of the artist Rafael Albuquerque, he asked DC not to publish it, and they have honored his request. And there was also rumors about death threats going around, and a lot of people assumed it was the artist that was being threatened or the creative team that was being threatened. It was actually not. It was the people that wanted the book to come down. The fans of Batgirl that supported this were threatening the lives, apparently online, of the people like the social justice warriors and the feminists that were trying to get the book taken down.
Were there any doxings that happened with that, a la Gamergate?
I didn't look that up.
I assume so. I didn't look too heavily into what the threats consisted of and how far they went, but nobody got hurt, and that was Raphael's intent, was to bring it down before somebody got hurt.
Wow. That's so ironic, right? So the social justice warriors are trying to protect, I'm assuming, like rape victims and people that have been hurt by things that are depicted in this, not even knowing the story. But they're the same ones that are threatening the lives of the artists and the people that are making this thing for us. Yeah,
they're the ones that are getting threatened.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Also, this sort of topic, Chelsea and I viewed the article in the Pocket, from the Pocket. I also brought up the kind of the role of women in not women as heroes, but women ancillary and auxiliary characters that are associated with heroes. And I brought up the phenomenon of women in refrigerators, the women in refrigerators phenomenon.
Yeah,
We'll
Alan Moore.
elaborate.
No.
It was the term was used in the term was coined, I believe, in the 90s during the Green Lantern run with Kyle Rayner. There was an issue where there was an entire page, and he came home in his suit, and he saw a note that said, "Left something for you in the fridge. Love, A." And Kyle Rayner, the entire page basically unfolds with Kyle Rayner going to the refrigerator, opening the refrigerator, and having having it revealed that his lover has been dismembered and stuffed in a refrigerator, and he has he has this visceral shock reaction to it, and it kind of it basically forces his hand and I guess his motives within that issue to after dealing with grief and everything to continue his fight, and for maybe different reasons. I know that a lot of female characters have now made strides through within the modern age of comics. Danvers, Carol Danvers, being the new Captain Marvel. We have a female Thor. How have you felt, Jesse, and Tony, Miguel, about the role of auxiliary and kind of ancillary female characters within comics? Are they actual fully developed characters to you with stories, lives that aren't associated with?
Yeah, I can't say I have an opinion on this. I think some of that is a result of these sexist remarks and people just meeting quotas on having females part.
Yeah.
Like, we need more female characters, or they're gonna yell at us.
Alan Moore himself even admitted to that what happened to Mark Gordon kind of just he felt it wasn't as justified. He was just kind of using her as a plot device to enhance Gordon's torment. In that's he revealed the pictures to her father. But so I mean, that's just kind of part of the time there, part of the social aspects of the time. You can't blame. Well, I mean, I don't know if you could blame Alan Moore for being sexist, but that was still a powerful scene. So I don't know how strong I feel that shouldn't have been done, because it created such a strong story by having her come out of that, overcome hard times, which like you said, that little girl in the wheelchair was inspired by. But yeah, I mean,
Jesse, you have any comment on this?
Yeah, I mean, as far as female characters, I agree with Miguel that a lot of it is just reaction to, I guess, the growing popularity of feminists that are kind of just, they basically just requested females, and just for for a new fan base they pretty much listened. I think a lot of it, the recent new female superheroes that have been introduced in comic books have been the reaction to a lot of the Marvel films. The Marvel Cinematic Universe have put on a lot of characters. Like I said before, a lot of these guys go to these movies, they drag their female companions or significant others, and then the females end up liking the movies or associating or liking a certain character, and then 2 months later they'll introduce a comic book with that character, and then they have a brand new audience, and so they are responding. I mean they're doing their job. I mean, their marketing team as well, if they're listening, and so basically, yeah, there's a lot of new female superheroes hitting the shelves. So far, the new comic books that I've been reading are predominantly female. Silk, Spider-Gwen, Miss Marvel, the new Thor. They're all mostly Marvel comic books that are introducing new female heroes. I've enjoyed all of them that I've read so far. Unfortunately, due to this recent decision by the Batgirl team, I dropped the Batgirl title, and that was unfortunate because I have every issue, and I was really looking forward to continue reading it, but I'm going to make a stance here, and I'm going to choose not to buy them anymore.
That is very interesting.
All right, Jesse, the ball.
Showing, taking a stand with your wallet. That's very admirable. I mean that. I mean, it does take a lot for someone. I mean, someone that is a fan of a book or an ongoing series to kind of drop that. But I mean, I can understand the frustration, I guess, just based on this issue, that they did kind of buckle under these sort of things. Do you remember the Spider? I think there was a Spider Girl cover drawn by like an Italian or French artist. I can't remember his name, but the pose was very suggestive. And
Yeah, the Spider-Man 1 title, Marvel was introducing as well a number of variant issues, and one of them was an artist that specialized in like exotic, like fantasy art. So
erotica, cheesecake, that sort of thing.
yeah, so he put Spider-Woman on a like a rooftop with like a very seductive, like contortionist pose that was
Not
just
anatomically
odd.
correct at all.
Yeah, it was odd, but yeah, the feminists ate that up too, and so that did hit the shelves, but it was a very limited run. So yeah.
You're deciding to drop the book, which affects the writer, the artist on the book, but this controversy has nothing to do with that team. It's all.
Actually, the more I research, and I'll touch on this on the podcast too. The more I researched, since the news broke, we found a lot of information dating back prior to the release, and the statements, and then the decision to put the book on or pull the cover. The creative team that was currently on the Batgirl title had objections to it. And there's a lot of rumors in the comic book community stating that the current team actually had the final say because they keep referring to it as their book. So I think Raphael Albuquerque suggested that it not be used, but he really has no say in what they did, whether they did or didn't publish that cover. I think it came down to DC's CCO, Jeff Johns, finally asking Cameron Stewart if he wanted it or not, and he already was objected to it. So I think Cameron Stewart actually did have the last say and decided not to publish it on his title.
And I mean, do you feel going forward, the writers or the actual book team should have? Because right now I read that they have no input on the variant covers, and they're
typically they don't, but because he was very vocal about it, I think DC did take that into consideration. And by that time, after multiple objections from the creative team, artist, inker, writer, from the current Batgirl title, along with Raphael suggesting, hey, if it's going to be that big of a deal, just don't do it. I think that's why it ended up being not published. So yeah, you're right. Typically, the current team has nothing to do with the variant, but like I said, there's a number of tweets and quotes and documents from Cameron Stewart where he was very vocal about not wanting it on his book.
So his moral view on the cover kind of affects maybe what direction he's taking the book, and that's not a direction or a stance you identify with, so that's why you're dropping the book.
Yeah, that's how he referred to it, as he even referred to his comic book or his run on Batgirl as a social justice comic book, referencing the social justice warriors that were assisted in getting the book pulled. He also was quoted saying it doesn't fit the current title of the book or the tonality, and he also said the cover was too disturbing for his issue. So yeah, like I said, I'm under the impression that he had a lot more to do with it than we think. So like I said, if he can't handle the character's history, I don't think he should be responsible for writing and drawing that character. So yeah, like Jeremy said, this is my, I guess, way of applying how I feel, I guess, with my wallet.
That's totally capitalist of you.
All right. Excellent. I think we beat that.
So yeah, y'all listen to Jesse's podcast, The Last Page, right?
Yeah, Jesse's podcast, The Last Page. Excellent. Excellent.
Hey Jesse. Is there any way, in the spirit of these events, you would do a variant, a quote unquote variant episode discussing this a little bit further, maybe with a guest, yours truly, or something like that? I think it's a nice little laugh about the entire thing. The variant app.
The variant episode. Yeah, we could always do a second one. But yeah, I did a good 8 to 10 minutes on this topic, so Miguel has the audio. So,
submit your proposal, and we'll run it through the system.
Yeah, I definitely would like to hear that episode, and your thoughts that are a little more within like that particular platform, that specific platform. Speaking to the comic book reading audience and listeners.
As a little bit of a segue into another subject I wanted to mention on this was, does anybody remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah, 9 times.
Okay.
9.
It's an excellent. Now, do you remember Charlie Sheen's role in this movie?
Yeah, his cameo. Yeah. Okay.
So there is another show that's on right now called The Goldbergs. I don't know if many
I was actually a viewer of that for a while. I have Hulu, and I was able to actually catch up on that. I like the show. Like, it's got a really good team on it. Patton Oswalt doing voiceover.
It is so funny.
it is a hilarious
it looks funny.
show. It's a really good show. I enjoy it.
So Adam Goldberg used to, as a kid, always hauled around a video camera, and this is basically a remake of those home videos. And so what they do is, episode is played out to a certain theme, and it takes place in the 80s. In the last episode, it was based off of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and what they did was basically try to remake Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And each episode, well, most of each episode ends with one of the home videos, and they play the video. But what I found hilarious in this latest episode was, I'm going to try and play this clip. I hope it's not too loud. Hang on. Turn that down. And if you remember Charlie Sheen's cameo in that,
as the wastoid at the police station.
He does the same thing in this in the latest episode of the Goldbergs.
I'm good.
Sadly, it's real life.
You in here for drugs?
No. Why are you here?
The girl you're listening to is the daughter of the
You can tell me a story or what?
Fine. You want to know what's wrong?
Oh, I know what's wrong. I just want to hear you say it.
In a nutshell, I hate my brothers. They think my life is so easy, but
So
I
he's
have
basically playing
problems
the
like
same
everyone
role,
else.
just 30 years later.
My friend got on the homecoming court, and I didn't go out for it because we both agreed it's stupid.
Well, then what's the problem?
I don't know. I guess deep down, I really wanted to be on it.
Then why don't you go for it?
He looks.
There's one thing I know.
disheveled.
Being on the Junior Royal Court opens a lot of doors.
Because it's lame, and I didn't want people to make fun of me. But I guess that's what I do. Instead of taking risks, I just keep my head down. Maybe that's why Barry bothers me so much. Not afraid to look like an idiot.
If you ask me, you ought to spend more time worrying about yourself and less time worrying about your brother.
All right, you're free to go.
It's about time. It's like I've been sitting here for 30 years.
That's pretty good.
In the morning when I'm getting ready, and that came on, I was like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. I laughed pretty hard. My wife's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah.
I love the actual real life parallel of him saying you should worry more about yourself than your brother, with him and like his brother Emilio.
No, there's
Yeah, but his brother Emilio Estevez.
Charlie Sheen.
I'm worried about Emilio.
Emilio! He sent out a racist tweet against Obama, and the tweet was very Satura Kenya. You won't attend a soldier's funeral. Ukros, the street that you killed, yet you have time for brackets. Sad. And it's, I don't know, it's a rant, a bunch of jargon put on there. Basically, he was criticizing Obama for, what was it? Participating in the brackets for March Madness, but not attending generals.
Because he's black and it's basketball.
And he's Muslim, and yeah. He's supposedly able to be everywhere at once because, like Charlie Sheen, he has tiger blood in his veins and he is all omnipotent powerful. Winning.
And so I was reading this earlier, and the article reads, Sheen has a history of going public with his conspiracy theories. The former anger management star once said he wanted to meet Obama to investigate a potential 9/11 cover-up. He also criticizes the president's push for gun control after the Sandy Hook school massacre. So I read that, then I started talking to Tony online about Sandy Hook and how I thought it was a conspiracy, and then this led down this endless rabbit hole of just conspiracy.
So, I'm at work just looking up Sandy Hook videos.
I did that the other day. I don't know why. I was on YouTube, and everything in my what you like suggested you watch was everything was Sandy Hook. Like everything was nobody died at Sandy Hook, and I saw a YouTube video about how all the victims got like new houses, and I don't know, it was ridiculous.
If you really want to trip yourself out about crazy conspiracy theories and movies, I suggest you look up the YouTube video "Back to the Future Predicts 9/11." Well worth the 11 minutes of your time. I think it was actually.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's really long, but it's like I hope it's a joke. I don't know that it's a joke, but I hope it's a joke.
It feels like the creator of this video is really grasping at straws to actually like convince you that Hollywood knew about this and it was put in a popular movie. Like this was actually the video Chelsea and I watched was edited down from the original. I believe it was an 11-minute, almost 12-minute. 12-minute clip, and this particular video that I saw was actually edited down to like maybe 10 minutes, and they took out a little bit more footage. Maybe the all-seeing Illuminati got a hold of it and started pushing real hard on some people. I don't know.
That's what she said. I don't know.
Maybe they're listening to this.
Nobody's listening.
That'd be a really huge surprise if they were listening.
That'd be awesome to have one person listening to us.
That'd be a good get. Yeah.
Come at me, all-seeing eye. Where's your all-hearing ears?
I don't know. Sandy Hook conspiracy. That one, I was comparing it to the Boston Massacre because the guys from the Boston Massacre, they're under they're being sentenced right now. So they're in the
You told me Boston Massacre. I'm thinking the damn Revolutionary War. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the
marathon,
the Boston bombing.
The Boston bombing, not the massacre. Boston bombing.
Boston Massacre. When the British troops shot like 5.
You know what? I was listening to 5-Minute History podcast, and I think they were talking about the Boston Massacre, and that led me to the Boston Marathon bombing, and that led me down this fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah, because you're like, I think the Boston Massacre was a hoax. So I was like, well,
the Boston Massacre was an inside job, guys.
I mean, it worked out pretty well. Like, go America. Remember I said USA?
Yeah. And I was like, that's fucked up. What's the matter with you? 'Cause Tony's typing USA. I was like,
fuck the British.
I was like, kids died. I don't even know what kids. The thing I was making with the argument I was making with Tony was that with Sandy Hook, we never saw any pictures of blood on the walls in the school, like something simple like that. I mean, nothing is generated. There's only a collective amount of images about what collection is. It's about 20 different images, and I don't know. You don't see anything. All the facts are messed up, and some claim different shoot sizes, different guns were used. You don't see.
You should watch the coroner's video, the coroner's interviews from Sandy Hook. Those are interesting.
Watching that live, like
I'm sure foot fetishes were very up in arms about the varying shoe sizes on all the victims and that were found at the scene, and they did a lot of in-depth research on their own of their own accord and for their own reasons, I think.
What was that fact you put that? He was 6 foot.
He was 6 foot with 8.5.
Tall, with 8.5 size shoes. It was like, man, fucking weird ass looking. Yeah.
But
falling forward.
What got me was videos about just interviews. One in particular. Yeah, Robbie Parker. He's like there smiling. He's like, okay, let me get
and then he gets into
character.
character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. And what does that mean if it's fake? Like, let's
Yeah,
just
what does
right
that
now.
mean?
Let's just pretend it's fake. Okay. Just draw on that idea that this.
Who benefits?
What was the fucking point? You know, and they show where on the CIA training calendar or whatever it is, Secret Service, that it was a school shooting training exercise scheduled for that day. This actually takes place. You know, is this all still part of the training event that we're under this facade that it's real, and so they can kind of trace the way the media outlet and the general public would react to such an incident? I mean, is this what's going on? And right now we're just supposed to believe that it was 100% real when it was actually 100% fake.
That's so sinister. I don't see how that could be.
You think the government's sinister or not sinister? Like, you can't believe that.
I mean,
Tony, is this just like fucking up your world right now? Like, say it's real. What does that do to you? That internal comfort.
conspiracy real.
Does that just disappear?
I mean,
what happens?
say it's fake.
I just pictured Tony breathing really heavily into his Darth Vader helmet right now, just like.
He's like, tonight I'm going to sleep with my lightsaber.
No one's coming to get me.
I mean, that's what it is. Empire spreading lies. Am I right? I mean,
Oh, fuck you, Tony.
spreading the lies of the Jedi.
The lies saber? Is it a lies saber?
100% real. You know, if the incident was 100% fake, the conspiracy is real. What do you think? Why would that be, Jesse? Why do you think? Like, what's the point
Why
of
would?
being on this?
Yeah, this one I can't figure out. I mean, there's explanations or presumed explanations as to why other, I guess, catastrophic events could be orchestrated by the government. But this one I can't really. I mean, I really don't see how this one or why or
Is
what
that they're
benefit this.
They used it as a way to take guns away from the general public. Like, that was kind of their like.
Oh yeah, I guess that was the ongoing, debate at the time. So I guess that makes sense. But that was also around the time. What else happened around that time? Oh, that one kid blew up the theater around the Batman premiere, and
The result of comic books.
yeah, I guess so. Huh?
I need to get rid
So
of these
yeah.
comic books. They're sexist. They're propaganda causing controversy, and they're killing people, innocent.
They're instruction manuals on how to rule the world through weird means that are not yet available or physically or scientifically possible. Ugh, handbooks of the devil, I tell you.
Handbooks, Tony. Handbooks of the devil. Are you
You're
listening?
reading that filth. Both you and Jesse. Shame on both of you.
You master. God kills a kitten. You want that on you?
How's that related to?
I don't know. Just give me some. Let's end this episode.
All right.
And
I feel that's a good way to end it.
we thank everybody for listening to the awesome podcast. Keep those inquiries coming in. I feel like I'm getting a lot of fan email from YouTube. I'd like to get something from actual fans. I mean, YouTube is just like putting out there like videos I should watch. I'm like, YouTube, relax. Relax. I know you want me to do all these reviews for you. I mean, damn it. How did you get back into it? Anyway.
Calm down, Tony.
Put it away.
Easy.
Got your lightsaber all excited. Thank Jeremy for finally joining in. Maybe.
Sorry about the difficulty. We'll get it ironed out next week, hopefully. Actually, I'd like to promote something, if I may.
Do it.
Before I go. Any ranters or friends of ranters in the Waco area, I will be performing at Cinema Lounge next Thursday with Matt Lucero and Merle Emerson. My first road gig. It is not double booked this time, and I will be telling jokes.
Is this the same location?
Yes, same location.
Excellent.
Okay.
Everything's been ironed out. I'll promote a little bit of that more. If you would mind blasting that out on the various social medias for me, I'd appreciate that.
Jeremy, will you be drinking again?
Yes.
Yes, more than likely. So we can expect a very stellar episode if things go according to plan.
Can't wait. So, what's the date on that? March
That is March 26th.
March 26th in Waco.
Cinema Lounge in Waco. I'll get you guys some more details so we can have that kind of blasted out. And also follow me on Twitter, Jeremy_Montez.
Are amphitheaters considered press? Do we get free press pass? I don't. How that works?
Maybe if you can make it up there,
Yeah, if y'all show up, we'll
put you on the list.
Form 12. No, is that wrong?
Damn, you're gonna be on the list.
Tax exempt.
because we can do that.
We're on the
Badge.
list. Miguel, we're on the list.
Does that require
No, just
This isn't a South by Southwest event, although I do have some funny commentary about South by Southwest. But got to be at the show for it.
just to buy one beer.
Not a wristband event. Just show up. Bring your ass, Miguel. Bring your ass, Tony.
I don't,
Jesse,
I've been told I really don't have an ass. I don't have
bring
a
your coffee can head, and then instead.
In that case, that's a lot to bring, and I'll bring it. I'll bring that.
Also, Chelsea, would you like to plug anything? You have any plugs?
Weird.
Butt plugs.
Something else. My bad. I was like,
None of that. No. The only other thing that's happening in our world is on Friday here in San Angelo, Rain Pryor is going to be here, and a friend of ours, Alex Rios, on the 27th.
This
It's a
guy,
Friday.
Alex Rios, has been all over our Twitter. Who is Alex Rios?
Alex Rios is just a funny motherfucker. I don't know how else to describe him, but he does the open mics with the boys on Tuesdays at the Penny, and he's been doing stand-up for, what is it,
15.
babe, like 15 years? Yeah. So he's just a funny guy. He's featuring for Rain Pryor at the Beauregard, March 27th.
The Beauregard.
Yep.
Jeremy is maybe you could or Chelsea too. Maybe y'all can invite Alex one time or 2 times. I don't know.
That's a possibility. We could maybe get him on and have him kind of extol the virtue of his humor.
Like, we need another Mexican male on this fucking podcast, though. Seriously.
Alex.
I think we're inundated.
Never mind, Alex.
He's Puerto Rican.
Oh, he's Puerto Rican, so maybe he has a pass.
Same thing, right? Right, Tony?
I don't know.
Tony says, "I'm Lebanese. Look at these dirty knees."
Suck on these.
Big. No, Japanese. I don't know. I was trying to continue, and
That's enough.
I'm sorry. We'll have episode 4 of The Last Page. It should go up tomorrow night, Jesse. I do apologize. I got behind. It's just, I don't know what's up with this past week. I just got really just kind of sunken into LinkedIn and just started talking to a bunch of people.
Oh, oof.
If you go to my
That's your life now, Miguel.
No, my LinkedIn profile, like that. And by the way, I'm not.
Send me
ignoring
metrics.
it, but
Send
I've
me
done it with
metrics.
all my social media outlets. So I don't have Facebook, Instagram anymore, or Snapchat. I've done away with it. I just put it away and been focusing my time on my LinkedIn, really trying to get this career going. Because I have this baby on the way. So.
Yes, Miguel is having a baby. What an adult. Am I right, guys? Ugh.
He's having a baby.
You know what I think is surprising is that someone's having a baby with me. I think that's.
I was just as shocked as you. That someone
That's
would
because-
have intercourse.
Mountains. That someone would let me put my P in their D. No, my
Does
D.
she know? Does she know what it's going to be like when that gargantuan head tries to come out of her beautiful lady hole?
You, Chelsea. That was a question for you. Would you rather? And we'll end on that. Would you rather go with the watermelon, up the escape chute, or will we have one
That's
of
the butt. Isn't the escape chute the butt?
one of what?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Jeremy said, "Isn't the escape chute the butt?"
Oh, no. Will you have
Okay.
his swollen H going out of your V?
Well, I mean, the short answer, we've only been together a short amount of time, but the short answer is yeah, I would take my chances on genetics and
Jimmy, where'd you find this girl at?
like I would take my chance on the gigantic head.
Look at you guys falling in love, starting a life together.
Don't scare him. Don't scare him.
Chelsea's
I look
fully
like Barbara Gore. I look like Batgirl on that cover right now.
eyes inflated head through her.
Whose head is bigger, Miguel's or Jeremy's?
You know what?
After you said falling in love and starting a life together, I look like
was-
Batgirl. I look like Batgirl on the cover of that variant cover. No one will see the light of day.
With her arm around you.
Yeah, she's got a gun to my crotch. Help me.
Because you're wearing lipstick? No, something else.
I was doing that anyway. It's
you
kind of
have
a
that on.
Thursday thing.
He's been wearing my lacy panties this whole time.
That's hot, Jeremy. Give me some of that, Jeremy. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I keep trying to sign off, but you know. Chelsea, I really enjoyed you having on the show. We need to definitely have more females. Jesse just gets to be too much. He's overbearing. He always hogs the conversation, and most of all, you know, he never applies himself or offers his opinion to anything.
Doesn't care about Batgirl and her social.
Hates animals.
Well, I had a really good time. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you should come back on. Anyways, Jesse, you got anything? Last words you want to talk about?
No, just let me know when last page is ready so you guys can listen.
Awesome, bro. All right, guys. And, yeah, keep tweeting. This is the part where you fade me out. Okay, Tony? Come on. Thank you.
Miguel.
Shit was dope. Ah!
Hey, Miguel.
Wait, you got the end of the song, right?
Yeah, I got it. Let me stop. Hang on, Jeremy. Let me.
Okay.
I got computer's going. Let me stop this and save
Okay.
it. Hard drive went out, man. You know what? That's probably why I'm gonna save this little computer. Use this as a hard drive. All right. What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, I actually I looked back at the that email you sent me about the disclaimer and fees, and took it upon myself to actually do a quick vocal disclaimer. I actually did it on Chelsea's computer. Cut an empty rant disclaimer, as it were. Just punched up the copy a little bit. I think she can go and send that to you. Maybe you can do a couple of edits and slow-mo it down. Maybe put it in front of future episodes.
Yeah, I can put it on here. I'd definitely like to use it. What I was going to tell you was that you sent me just the Audacity file, and there's also an Audacity data file. And that's the thing with Audacity. When you save it, it saves the core file and it saves a data file. So you have to send both of them in order to pull that file. Now,
Yeah, because I exported it as a WAV file, I thought, and I thought I had that saved as well. I don't know if she just sent you the Audacity file, but yeah, if you want to go ahead and cut that up and use it.
both. I didn't look. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I just kind of redid the copy of it, and I think it would be a nice little addition to the beginning of it. Not sure what you think. Just give it a listen. Let me know.
We're gonna have to redo our intro because I don't have that any of that stuff on the hard drive.
Oh damn.
Weird. So we can definitely use this as our new intro. We'll just put some music behind it or something.
Okay.
And we're 28 episodes in. We needed something new. We're going into the second quarter. We'll just play it like that.
Well, yeah, it'd be cool. Jazz it up a little bit. Appreciate you guys. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. We'll try and get those hammered out by Waco, and maybe Chelsea can come on and be on the show again, and we'll get that figured out.
All right, cool, man.
Word.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Word to your mother.
Thanks, guys. I'm out.
You're out?
Yeah, I'm out.
You leaving? Get the hell out of here. No fucking house. Just you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm gonna go to bed.
Cool.
Yeah,
Take care, guys.
Yeah. Nighty night. Don't let the
Bye.
jokers bite.
Just if you want to talk about Tony, he's gone. So.
Fine.
I mean, don't we all?
Bye.
Don't we all? Bye.